Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you all so much for being here, for your continued love and support here on the channel. So today we're going to be doing a reading for the singles, and we're asking Spirit what is coming in love. So we do have 3 crystal choices out here for you to choose from. For group number 1, we have a Lapis Lazuli. For group 2, we have a Fuschia Dalmatian Jasper. And then for group number 3, we have clear quartz. So what's coming in love is the topic for today. So group number 1 with the Lapis Lazuli, for those of you that are single, what's coming in love? What's coming in love? Group 1. So group 2. And group 3. All right, let's see what we've got. Group 1, we have number 40 with hero and icon, and that is with the Lapis Lazuli. Okay. Group number 2, we have altar water with ritual and renewal, and that is with the Fuschia Dalmatian Jasper. Group number 3, we have roots with influence and support, and that is with the clear quartz. All right, so those are the options for today. What's coming in love for the singles? So group number 1, we have Oak, card number 40, with the Lapis Lazuli. Group 2, we have Altar Water, card number 41, with the Fuschia Dalmatian Jasper. And then group number 3, we have Roots, with card number 17, and that is with the Clear Quartz. Timestamps will be down below for you all, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Oak card that says hero and icon with the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be a reading. So before we get into pulling your tarot, I do want to say a huge thank you to Virginia for sending in this beautiful deck. This is the tarot deck that we're going to be using for the reading today, When Women Had Wings. So again, thank you so much, Virginia, for sending this beautiful deck in for us to use. And I think I dropped one. All right. So we've got hero and icon, card number 40. So what's coming in love? What's coming in love? Group number 1. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, we have the 6 of Wands, the Strength card in reverse. You can see what it looks upright. So we've got Strength in reverse. What is coming in love? We have the 10 of Wands. We have a Judgment, and I think I might have to cover this one up, actually. We've got Judgment here. So I am seeing Leo and a Scorpio energy here. What is coming in love? The Hanged Man. The King of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. And we're going to pull one more. These cards are a little slippery. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so we also have Pisces energy here, and then Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I am seeing the Ace of Swords here at the bottom. So I feel that this could be a connection for you that could be something that requires you to acknowledge where there are certain fears that you still might be holding on to. And this person coming into your life is actually going to be something that puts you in a position where you are going to have a decision to make in terms of your truly opening up to this connection, or whether or not we're reverting back into old patterns of behavior where we're letting fears get in the way. So for some of you, this connection could be one that is a little triggering. In a way, it kind of challenges you to overcome certain fears and work towards releasing energy of the past. Okay? I do feel like this is going to be new love for you. This is going to be a person, I almost kind of feel like this person coming in is going to be one that challenges you to level up. Okay? It challenges you to level up, to change your perspective, to release your past. I feel like this person is going to be someone who is very sure and very confident about what they want. And I don't necessarily feel like your fears coming up are going to make them just kind of like run away. But I feel like because they're going to be someone who's so secure within themselves, that it is going to be something that challenges you to, I feel like, look at where your fears could be holding you back. So it's almost like a choice that you're making here to either choose to let your past control your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your ideas, and your belief systems about love, or you can truly open yourself up to receiving this connection. Okay? So it could be something that really puts you in a space of surrender, complete surrender, where you truly open yourself up to letting yourself receive. Okay? Now that, of course, could feel a little challenging, a little triggering, because I feel like this person's going to come in with such a presence and such an energy to see if you're really ready. It feels like to see if you're really ready for what you're asking the universe for. Almost not so much that it's like a test, but that this is a time for you to level up so that we don't end up sabotaging something. So I do want to look at the Strength card in reverse. We have the Hermit. Yeah. The Hermit energy, Virgo. We have the World. I do have to cover this one a little bit. Yeah, this is kind of like ending a cycle here. Ending a cycle here, and you know, certainly some deep healing that can take place in this. So we got the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is about healing. It's about reflection. The Hermit is also about healing, reflection, introspection. It's about feeling peace and calm. Okay. If you have a lot of, you know, this energy within you that has, like I said, maybe like a lot of fears that you're needing to address. We have the High Priestess here at the bottom. And we also have the Star, okay, which is also about healing. And the Four of Pentacles is right underneath that. The Four of Pentacles has to do with security, okay? So this could be helping to heal something within you, to feel more secure within inside of yourself, and to be open to releasing a lot of energies here. I'm seeing the Tower and the Temperance card here, and there's our Ace of Swords again. Okay, so it's some type of epiphany, awakening, realization about these parts of yourself that you are letting go of, that do not align with the energy of stability, of security, of being confident in yourself, feeling more secure within yourself. So with the High Priestess here, the High Priestess is about your higher self, your intuition. The Star is about restoration, renewal. It's also a card of healing. And it is about you being in a place where there is renewed hope, restored faith, trust, believing that connections with people that are loyal, that are stable, that are reliable, that create an energy of security do exist. Okay, and this may be a long time coming for many of you with this type of person. So this can be kind of like an opportunity to give you a completely different viewpoint from the past that you've experienced. So in a way, like I said, this kind of challenges you to level up. Okay, this might be something that really requires a lot of inner strength, a lot of courage to kind of face these old patterns, old behaviors, old ways of thinking, old insecurities, all of this energetic baggage from the past. Okay? I feel like I want to look at this King of Pentacles here. We have the Three of Pentacles. Some of you may meet this person through work or through some type of community or friends, some type of collaboration, whether that is for work or school. Okay, so we've got the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and then we also have Justice here. Okay, so I do feel like this person is very much in their power. We also have Libra energy here. The Justice card is about fairness, balance, integrity, honesty. This is going to be a person who has the right intentions coming in to build with someone a very solid, stable relationship. This is no game playing. They know what they want and they're willing to step up and go after it. Okay? So that, like I said, this kind of feels like, in a way, this is challenging you to also be that best version of yourself. Okay? The best version of yourself, because this person is going to show up as their best self. This is going to be a person who's very confident, very charismatic, very successful. Okay, they could be a person who's just their energy is something that is very motivating to other people. The types of things that they do in their life are inspiring to others. They're a great leader. They're someone who's very empowered, very successful, maybe very well educated, very ambitious. There's someone who doesn't take no for an answer, especially when it comes to things that they desire, things that they want, things that they're working towards. Very respectful, good morals. Just very empowered, very empowered person. So let's see if we can get a little bit more information here. Let's use this one here. Also, I don't know who sent this in. Somebody sent this deck in. I forgot what this one is called. I don't have the box with me, but somebody sent this in from my Amazon wish list. It's the Ancient Stones Oracle. Whoever you are, thank you so much. There was no note in here at all, so I don't know who sent it, but thank you. Anything else for group number 1? The road is clear. It says you know what to do, walk it your way. And then we have the, I don't even know how to pronounce that, the Kalich, elder, teacher, wise one, and experience. And then we have the gateway here with open doors, opportunities, and the right timing. So I feel like this person, you know, they are going to be someone who I'm noticing how there's this light here around the heart chakra and then also the third eye here. So I feel like I said, this person is going to be someone who is very attuned to what it is that they want. Okay. No, none of the game playing, none of the manipulation, none of the mind games. They know what they want. And I feel like Spirit's saying here, this path is open for you. So this might even be for some of you like life partner type of energy. And I feel like this, you can also take away the wisdom that you've gained from your previous connections. Okay? Because all of these experiences that you've had prior to meeting this person have led you to this point right now, right? Or when you meet this person, to give you access to opening yourself up to this level of connection with someone. Okay? So I feel like Spirit's saying, you know what to do. Your soul knows, right? Your soul knows. I feel like I want to ask Spirit here. Let's ask Spirit what your advice is. What is Group 1's advice? Foresight and intuition. And we have discovery. So in a way, I feel like I'm seeing this as your openness. Okay? Tuning into your intuition, because your intuition is going to kind of help you through this process. Especially if you're someone who's kind of like actively dating, right? People going on dates. Your intuition is going to communicate with you about who this person is. But I already kind of feel from the way that this person's energy is going to come in that your soul is going to be like, that's the one right there. Okay? There's no mistaking this energy, this type of, or this level of empowered energy that's going to come from this person. Okay? So be open to, with the discovery here, be open to new experiences. Pay attention to new people who come into your life. Like I said, it could be that you do meet this person with that 3 of Pentacles through some type of community, some type of collaboration, some type of networking. For some of you, it might have to do with school, with work, or any other type of community-like setting. Okay. Let's ask Spirit here. When is this person coming in? We have the Emperor. When is this person coming in? Temperance. And the 4 of Swords. I want to say for some of you, I mean, both of these, we've got Aries energy here, and also Temperance is Sagittarius. Temperance, can be a card about being patient, to have patience with something. But right now we just started the month of November. And so Sagittarius season starts at the end of this month, towards the end of this month. And then, so it could be something for you all where this is from now, I would say, or towards the end, more towards the end of the month through Aries season. Okay. And Aries season does start in March. Okay. And a little bit of April. So March, April could be significant. For those of you that could be watching this reading later, okay, Sagittarius and Aries season could be significant for you. Okay, those could be significant times that this person does come in. However, again, with Temperance, like I said, this is about being patient. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you all. I do wish you all the best. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 2. So those of you that resonate with the Altar Water card and the Fuschia, Dalmatian, Jasper, this is going to be your reading today. And before we get into pulling your tarot, I do want to say a huge thank you to Virginia for sending in this deck, When Women Had Wings. Thank you so much for Virginia, for your kindness, for your generosity. We're going to use that beautiful deck today. So we're asking Spirit, what is coming in love? What's coming in love for singles? And we have the altar water here with ritual and renewal. So our first card out, we have the Five of Swords. Now I will say before we start pulling additional cards, as soon as I pulled your card here in the intro, I was feeling this energy coming through right then, but of course I couldn't say anything. But it kind of felt like Spirit was saying something's not quite right. So we're going to see how this kind of comes through here. But already starting off with this Five of Swords, you know, the Five of Swords can talk about conflict, mind games, betrayal, a person who's defensive, a person who's confrontational. It can also be a very toxic energy. And interesting that we've got the altar water here, which I use. I mean, I've got this here too. I use this all the time when I'm going to be doing readings. But I don't know. We're gonna see how this is coming through. But that was definitely an energy that I felt almost immediately when your card came out, was like something is not right. So what is coming in love? Group 2. We have the King of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Swords. We have the King of Cups. The Two of Cups. The Ten of Wands. Okay, Two of Wands. I see what's happening here. And then we have the Sun. I do have to cover that. Okay, so group 2. It actually looks like there's going to be 2 that you're dealing with. And one of them is the no-go. Okay? And this is where you're going to have to use your own discernment with telling which is which. Let's get one more here. One of them is a soulmate, and the other looks like a person who, Knight of Cups, the other who is not looking for a commitment. This could be a person who is the type of person who rushes. Okay, there might be a feeling of urgency that you feel from this person, and almost kind of like that sweep you off your feet, quick moving, and there could be love bombing. Okay. And then there's going to be this other person who is the right one. Okay, this is more soulmate, more balanced. So you're going to have to, of course, discern, right? Because this person could come in before the other one does. And of course, we don't want to get caught up with a person who plays mind games, who's doesn't have the right intentions. It kind of feels like a person who could kind of put on a show, who could tell you what you want to hear, try to move quickly, and it kind of feels like their intention is very different. Now, the issue with that is that you could really fall for this person's charm. They could be someone who seems at the beginning so loving, so sweet, so kind, so attentive, and you might feel like, this is it. But there's going to be a shift in this person's energy, and this is where it's important for you to take your time. Do not rush. If you're noticing that this person is telling you things right away, like, I've never felt this before, like on the first date. They're starting to tell you, I love you. I care so much about you. And it's way too soon. Okay. Of course, sometimes if we're someone who's really looking for relationship and connection, that can be music to our ears, right? It can be music to our ears where we just kind of fall into the illusion that this person is kind of creating here. And I feel that, I'm going to clarify this a little bit further here, but it just more or less kind of feels like a person who is very, like they might be the type of person who, like I said, initially just kind of is showering you with attention and affection and, you know, just being very charming, but it's something that's also very short-lived, okay? Where they could seem like that in the beginning and then completely change on you. And that experience, of course, can feel very overwhelming. So, and when I was feeling that energy earlier, I almost felt something like in my, almost like around my throat chakra. So it almost kind of feels that there's something about this communication that you're needing to pay attention to, because there could be manipulation here, mind games. Pay attention, observe, okay? Because with the Two of Wands here, the Two of Wands is about you choosing a path, because basically you choose your destiny, right? In love, you can have two different people coming in here with two very different energies. One of them might be a little bit more egocentric than the other. They could also be an incredibly attractive person, okay? Incredibly attractive. But it kind of feels like this person is like, it kind of feels like a master manipulator. Okay, so let's look at this Five of Swords here. Maybe that's why we need the why we need the altar water, the ritual water. Why is the Five of Swords here? We've got the World in reverse. I do need to cover this one too. The World in reverse. Page of Swords. And we've got the Nine of Wands. I think I might try to just cover both of these at once, unfortunately. Okay, so we've got the World in reverse and the Nine of Wands. This is where I feel like Spirit's saying, with that Page of Swords, this is a need for observing, okay? The way that this person talks may be very immature. the way that they think, the way that they speak, the way that they act. And with the Wheel of Fortune here at the bottom, you want to make sure that you're not putting yourself in a similar situation as you may have experienced with a person in the past who had the wrong intention. Because in a way, it almost kind of feels like this is almost kind of like a test, which could certainly be a karmic connection before this soulmate comes in. Because the choice for you here is, do I choose to go back down that road and repeat a cycle that I've already done, been there, done that in the past? Or am I ready to spot this, observe this, see this, and not give my time, my effort, my love, my energy to people like this? This person that I feel like is not the right one, they could be a fire sign. Aries, there is a strong Leo energy here. Okay. They could also be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is going to be the type of person that is very wounded. And quite honestly, they're not ready, okay? They're not ready. And it doesn't feel like they're coming in with the right intention. High Priestess. The Hierophant. It's a lesson. They're a lesson. This is where your discernment is key with that person, okay? There's also a Taurus energy there. Pisces for some of you. Okay, so that's, I feel like, with the person who's the one we don't want to fall for, okay? We don't want to invest time and energy. This is where your discernment is key. You have a lot of wisdom from your past experiences. This is where it comes into play because you have dealt with people like this before, group 2. You know what to look for. You know what the signs are. You know what the red flags are. The other person, okay, the soulmate, is going to be someone who's more emotionally mature. Someone who does allow themselves to open up, to talk about their feelings, to talk about their emotions. Now, the difference here is that this person who's not the right one is going to be someone who love bombs you. Okay? Someone who's telling you things that don't feel appropriate for the time that you've been knowing them, talking to them. These are the type of people who tell you, I love you on the first date, or they're trying to hurry up and rush the connection along. They want to hurry up and commit to you and be exclusive. A week later, 2 weeks later, everything is rushed. Come meet my friends. Come meet this. Come meet my parents. Come do this. Come over my house. Okay? Don't move too fast. The person who is the right one is going to be someone who's more respectful, okay, of your boundaries. They're going to respect you. There's someone who has a very giving, loving heart. Someone whose energy is going to be more stable in terms of their emotions. They're not going to have these outbursts of energy and kind of be all over the place. It kind of feels like this person might have a little bit of some anger issues. They could be a person who gets very defensive, or even like if you try to ask them like, where is this going, or stuff like that, where they end up feeling attacked and they just change on you. Okay. This is, again, your skills of observation there. The other person who's healthy, balanced, loving is going to have a very different energy that is going to be constant and is going to, you're going to definitely feel the difference. Okay. With this soulmate over here, you're not going to have to question, do they like me? How are they feeling towards me? They're not going to make you feel confused and stressed out and overwhelmed, because the energy that this person brings in is more balanced. They're more emotionally supportive. They have more ease with being able to be an emotionally supportive partner. They're more compassionate. They're more empathetic, more respectful. They come in with a more positive energy. Let's get a little bit more about this. More caring. And for some of you, that might be a water sign. Okay, it doesn't have to be. They could just embody the qualities of the King of Cups. 6 of Wands. 9 of Swords. And then we have the 3 of Swords here. Okay, so the energy that this person has is going to feel more healing to you. You're going to feel a sense of more peace, more calm. It's going to be a person who sees, because from this kind of energy, it looks like you've been through a lot with people in the past. And I feel like this person is going to see that, okay? They're going to see those wounds. They're going to see those fears. They're going to see where you need love, where you need healing, where you need support. So it's going to be the type of partner who's able to be a support system and to create an energy for you to heal in, versus running away and avoiding. There's going to be acknowledgement, recognition. They're going to make you a priority. Okay. Very different. But sometimes, like I said, especially if we've been through a lot with people, when the wrong person comes in, and if we've got low self-esteem, low self-worth, insecurities, lack of boundaries, and a person just comes in, right, with all the love bombing, like I said, it's music to our ears. They're telling us exactly what we want to hear, right? That's where you don't want to hang on a person's every word. You want to observe. You want to take your time, because their true self is going to be revealed to you. Okay? So we've got the 2 of Pentacles here at the bottom. 2 of Pentacles is like, you've got options here, group 2. You've got a choice to make. Okay? You've got the Knight of Pentacles here as well. Knight of Pentacles is about slow and steady. We're trying to build a long-term relationship. There's no rush, right? We don't want to make a mistake and invest our time, our love, our emotions, and energy into the wrong person. This is where your all your experience, all your wisdom, all your knowledge, all your discernment, all your intuitive messages that you receive, right? Where you get the warning. You see the red flag. You pay attention, you observe, okay? I feel like Spirit's saying you've got lots of experience here in your spiritual toolbox to be able to use to discern whether or not something is an illusion or whether or not it is genuine. Now, this person who is very much you know, because I feel like this could be very healing for you as well with the soulmate, but it's mutually supportive. It's something that's helping both of you to grow together. I feel like some of you are going to notice that one person is more inconsistent. And the other person is constant, is stable. So this is where you've got a choice. Okay. And don't be afraid of boundaries, especially if this person is trying to like rush you to come in over their house, or, you know, trying to, like I said, say certain things, do certain things, be like, you know, take your time, set the boundary. Because usually, right, we start to see a person's true colors not after a few days and a few weeks, months. Okay. And if there's certain patterns, behaviors that you're starting to notice from certain people, don't ignore those. Okay? So, let's see. Also, I'm going to be using this deck here. This is the Ancient Stones Oracle. Somebody sent this in from my wish list. However, they did not leave a note. So I don't know who sent this in, but whoever did, thank you so much. So let's see, group number 2. We have lay it, fun, look at that. Lay it on the altar. It says hand it over, soften, surrender, and forgive. You have 2 of these altar cards here. Hand it over, soften, surrender, and forgive. And we have nothing is impossible, open to the unexpected, you'll find a way. And then we have the volcano here. Relationships, express, and don't stagnate. Okay, so I feel like be clear, right, about what it is that you want, especially if you're someone who's looking for specifically long-term relationship, long-term commitment. You have an idea of what it is that you want. Don't take less than that. Okay. I want to look at this. Tell me more about this lay it on the altar. The Strength card. The 6 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Cups. Any fears of rejection you might have, okay? Any issues you might have surrounding receiving, letting yourself receive. Especially if you're always the one who has a tendency to give and give and give. The Strength card is also about you controlling, being more in a place of self-control over impulsivity, right? Because you might have, like, let's just say the first person comes in and they're telling you all the things and you're just like, okay, go. Let me hurry up and get into this. This person wants to be with me. Okay. We have to kind of tame and calm that energy. Don't force things, right? So if you're starting to find that this person up here is starting to be more neglectful, or they're making it kind of give the appearance that it has more to do with physical connection, don't be afraid of letting that person go. Don't be afraid of rejecting it, turning it down, because of course not every opportunity that is brought to you is for you, right? I'm kind of seeing this light here as that soulmate that's calling to you, right? To align your energy with that. There's a cycle up here for some of you that you keep repeating with people, okay? We want to observe that, because how is this kind of play out again? And are you going to be a part of it? Okay, let's see what some advice is here for you, group 2. We have concealed here, purification, and balance here. So this purification, I'm looking at this as you purifying your own energy. It could be something that's hidden from you. In a way, it's kind of like where this is kind of coming in to test you, right? Are we past this? Are we done with this cycle here? Helping to bring you into balance here. What is this that's being concealed? It can even be a person's intentions. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, and Temperance. Okay, so let's just say this other person comes in first. Okay, and this one maybe takes a little bit more time after that. Temperance is about patience, right? So we're not just gonna be with someone because there's no one else right now. Like I said, don't be afraid of turning a person down, walking away, because this person here is worth the wait. Dealing with this situation up here is not worth your mental and emotional well-being. Okay? There's an opportunity here that Spirit is giving to you to bring your energy into alignment, into balance with the soulmate, to help to purify your energy. So in a way, this other connection here is helping to prepare you, right, out of those old cycles, out of those old patterns where you observe it, you see it, we're done with it. Move past it. We're not dealing with that kind of energy anymore. Turn it down, look away, walk away. Doesn't matter how good looking they are, okay? How good looking they are, how charming and sweet talking they were in the beginning. No. Discernment. Queen of Swords, High Priestess. Seven of Pentacles. There's the Empress. Yes. So we're purifying the Empress energy, the feminine, knowing your worth, feeling attractive, feeling worthy of the soulmate. Okay, so you've got two significant things coming in here. One of them, like I said, could be very much a karmic relationship. The other one is a soulmate. Don't get caught up with the karmic partner. Okay, especially if it's a repeat of things you've already done in your past and it's coming in again. If the person, you know, love bombs you in the beginning and all of a sudden they're non-existent, they stop talking, they stop texting, they stop responding, they're rejecting, let them go. We're not chasing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you. Group number 2. I do hope this reading was helpful for you all, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonated with the Roots card and the Clear Quartz, this is going to be your reading today. So we are finding out for the singles what's coming in love. So we have influence and support here. So we're going to pull the tarot, but before we do that, I want to say a huge thank you to Virginia for sending in this beautiful deck. It's called When Women Had Wings, which is the tarot deck we are going to be using today. Now, it does have some imagery in here that is not the most YouTube friendly, so I may have to cover some of the cards, okay? Some of the imagery. What is coming in love? Group number 3. What is coming in love? We have the 9 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, we have the Star. I do have to cover this one a little bit. Tower. Okay, so there is the Sun is here as well. There is a huge change, shift in your energy, group 3. This is a beautiful, beautiful glow up. Three of Pentacles. What is coming in love, group 3? High Priestess. Four of Pentacles. Wow. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Hermit. Okay. We have the Fool at the bottom. Okay, so what this kind of looks like, there is an energy here about being single, which is not a bad thing in this case, okay, because of what's actually happening here. There is, like I said, this is a huge, powerful, energetic shift that is taking place within your energy, and that is something that does require introspection, healing, lots of deep healing here. It is something that your higher self is advising you to do at this time, okay? But the you that is emerging out of this is absolutely beautiful, because this is something that's almost like shifting you onto a new timeline, group 3. Okay, this is where this is important. It's shifting you onto a new timeline to align with your life partner. So the quality of the type of partner that you connect with in this new energy, in this new timeline, is one that your higher self is trying to prepare you for. Okay, so this connection might not be something that comes in right away. Okay, kind of like where the other groups were, theirs was more, I want to say more, things that they're dealing with fairly soon. This for you is spending time alone, but the quality of the time that you're spending alone is something that's really helping you to really shift in the most powerful way. Many of you can be doing a lot of focus on yourself, on your money, on your career, on your confidence, on some of you could be building businesses, really kind of getting yourself in order. And I want to get a little bit more here with this. It's kind of like you're prioritizing yourself. Okay? You're prioritizing yourself, and you're basically rebuilding you from the ground up. Every part and aspect of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, that no longer aligns with the version of you that is being birthed here and created, all of this is falling away. Okay? And the new you that is emerging out of this is one that is more stable, more secure, more empowered, one that feels more confident. It's like you're literally glowing. There's this radiant energy of joy, of fulfillment, of success, of abundance, of positivity, and clarity. So much clarity. So much truth. So much understanding about why things needed to happen the way that they happened with your past connections. So much knowledge that you've gained. And so much of this energy of really soul searching, self-discovery, aligning with your most authentic self. And like I said, you're shifting yourself onto a completely new timeline. The one that is aligning with your destined partner, life partner, could be a marital partner. It is one that your higher self is already giving you these messages here about the importance of you prioritizing self at this time, your healing, your glow up, having and developing a strong sense of self, a strong sense of your identity, independence, power, empowerment. We've got Leo, Pisces, Virgo, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio. Wow. That is it. That is it, group 3. The Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. This is a very, whatever, I don't want to really put a label on it, but this is going to be a very high, no wonder all of this is going on for you. This is very high level spiritual connection between you and this person. So it's no wonder that with what's going on here is helping you to prepare yourself energetically for aligning with this person. We've got the Ten of Cups coming out in reverse. It kind of feels like this is not, how do I want to say that? It's kind of like this is not the way, and it could be the way that this person enters your life. It kind of feels like the person is like your connection, your love story with this person is rewriting what you previously believed love needed to look like. The old vision of what your happily ever after would look like. It's rewriting it in a way that creates new belief systems, new ways of love, not the idealized version of what that Ten of Cups used to be for you. You know how sometimes we have a certain vision in our mind and we say, okay, this is what I envision for my life. This is what it needs to look like. Right? This is what it needs to look like. This is what I'm expecting. And I feel like this connection comes in a different way that completely rewrites what that idealized version of happiness looks like for you. Fulfillment. Because the wounded version of you, right? The wounded version of you, the disempowered version of you, had a very different idea or vision of what it needed to look like. And this more empowered version of you is something completely different. I feel like right now you probably don't have an idea, because this experience with this person is going to be so profoundly different than what you've had in the past. And we have the Emperor here. Yeah, some of you are truly kind of discovering what true, solid foundation in a relationship truly is. To have a person who is truly building with you, truly supportive, stable, secure. Some of you could be, and I don't think this is all of you, but some of you are healing your own masculine energy. Some of you could be healing previous experiences that you've had with toxic masculines. Okay? And how that toxic masculine could have been where that old idea of happily ever after meant, where it shows you a huge difference in what healthy masculine energy really is. So some of you are healing that. Now this could be the case if you have a father wound, if you have had toxic masculines in your life, whether they are your father, uncles that you may have had, or experiences with masculines in your life that were disempowered masculines. Okay, and that may, sometimes it's the only role model that we might have, is an unhealthy or toxic masculine. And it's like, okay, that's what we envision as, well, that needs to be it. That needs to be where what happiness is. And that's what I want it with that person. And not really having an idea of what it means to actually have a partner who is truly embodying a healthy masculine energy. Very deep, very spiritual. Look at the way these two little angels are kind of, embracing each other. So I'm going to ask Spirit here, when is this person coming in? But like I said, it looks like there's some time here that you are spending by yourself, working on this energy, shifting this energy here. When is this person coming in for you, group 3? When is this person coming in for you? We have the Magician. Seven of Pentacles. Justice. we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so with the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune, you know, some of you could be clearing some karmic energies here, okay? Working through some karmic energies. So I'm seeing this for some of you coming in within the next 2 to 3 years, okay? 2 to 3 years. There is a need for patience here, okay? Because it feels like there's a lot that is shifting here. You know, the Tower is the breakdown of a false reality. It is the breakdown of an old foundation. For some of you, the foundation that's being broken down is the old version of you, or the current version of you, and the new you that is emerging. So like I said, for some of you, you're kind of rebuilding from the ground up. Okay? Rebuilding the self. Okay? Completely new version of you. The Wheel of Fortune also has to do with divine timing. Okay? Divine timing, meaning that there's a need for you to surrender to trying to rush this process along and obsessing over it. When is it going to happen? How's it going to happen? Who's it going to be with? Where do I need to be? We've got to stop doing that. Okay? Ten of Cups. Some of you, this might be happening as soon as 10 months from now. Okay? There's a lot that you don't see that hasn't shown up in the physical world yet that is taking place. We're kind of like behind the scenes. There's a lot happening, okay, energetically. And we don't see that in the physical world because we're just like, oh, well, that person's still not here yet. I guess nothing's happening. There's a lot happening. Okay. And those of you that are incredibly intuitive and very tuned in, tapped in, you've already been receiving messages, maybe even dreams, or just kind of having a feeling that something big is shifting or changing in your life. It may even be that you're starting to notice that your life is completely changing. Like this new version of you is almost unrecognizable. Like, who is this? You know, like this, everything is changing. So if there are certain things in your life right now that's falling apart, people that are leaving your life, jobs that you're feeling like you're waking up one day and you're like, doesn't align with me anymore. You're having new ideas. You're feeling more positive. You're feeling like you're wanting to just kind of do something completely different, step outside of your comfort zone, try new things, move to a new place. Go with that feeling, because this is what's going to help you to get that much closer to that person. It's when we resist and when we try to hold on to the old version of ourselves or the old life, the old friendships, the old relationships, and we're trying so desperately to hang on to our old life that creates not only suffering but resistance. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is about going with the flow. It's also talking about being at a major turning point in our life where many changes are happening, right? Some of you might starting to be noticing a lot of shifts that are taking place within you every single day, where you're just like kind of, so many things are happening, so much is changing, which sometimes it gets a little scary because we're like, wow, my whole life feels like it's falling apart. Why? Because of that Tower energy. That's divine intervention. It's Spirit trying to help you to release and to let go of anything, anyone, or any pattern of behavior, any belief system that is not in alignment for you. Okay? Always for your highest good. Even though the process of that happening can be a little uncomfortable, it can cause temporary upheaval in our life where we feel like, wow, my whole life has been demolished and now we have to start over again, right? Sometimes there are certain things that we've been, building and it's not meant for us. Okay? Losing friends out of our life suddenly, a relationship that just suddenly ends, it's just removed. A sudden loss of a job. Sometimes it could be, where it just kind of completely shifts us onto a completely new timeline. Okay, so I'm going to use this deck now. Now, somebody sent this in. This is the Ancient Stones Oracle. I don't know because there was nobody put a note. So I don't know who this is from, but somebody purchased it from my Amazon wish list. So whoever you are, thank you so much. We're going to be using this. For group number 3, we have Temple, and it says the wisdom within, quieten external noise. So this is really about you tuning into your higher self. We have the Entrance Stone, and it says new beginning, step forward, and expansion. And we have the road is clear. You know what to do. Walk it your way. So it almost feels like you're being guided and led in a new direction here, especially with that full energy being present. Okay. The key to unlock this new path is within you. Listen to your inner voice. Let's see what your advice is here. Group number 3. Grief. Overlooked, uncertainty, and burden. I almost feel like, not knowing where this new path is leading you. What is this that's being overlooked here? The King of Cups. Judgment, your heart's calling, the need for planning for future choices are important here. Okay, surrender, letting go. Tell me about this uncertainty here. 7 of Wands, Page of Cups. Yeah, so when we're embarking on this new journey of love, that even that process can seem daunting because for some of you, yes, you may have gone through a lot in your past with partnerships. And, being vulnerable again, putting yourself out there. Sometimes that path to love can be quite challenging. And the 7 of Wands here is about perseverance. So in a way, I kind of feel like Spirit's saying, do not give up. Do not give up. What is the burden here in grief? The Death card. The Star and the 2 of Swords. So this may even be about things that have suddenly come to an end. Right? Things that have suddenly come to an end. Some things that people, situations we've not been able to let go of. It's difficult for us. Sometimes, we can even be in denial. Not wanting to believe like that ex-partner's gone or that relationship's over. The star is about your healing, but it's also about restoring your faith that this person is here. We just have to align our energy our vibration to that. Our vibration is made up of our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, our ideas, and our beliefs about love. Okay? So, like I said, this kind of feels like this is like a complete overhaul of your energy, and something beautiful is definitely coming your way, and it is worth the wait. Okay? Try not to get hung up on timelines, and the most important thing that you focus on is yourself, is your glow up. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, group number 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you all, and I will see you in the next one.